Okay class, today we're going to look at the belt sander. Now the belt sander is used to remove small pieces of material once you've cut it to almost a line using your saw. It's not used for taking off big chunks of material. Okay. Now you have here the bed, this is where you hold your materials. The sandpaper you can see just above it, and above that with the printed sticker on it is the guard. The guard I'll demonstrate how to move it up and down to suit the materials that you're using. We have your on and off switches here, which you can use under normal circumstances. If there's a problem, you can't reach those buttons, you have this red button at the bottom which you can kick. Now don't kick that as a normal practice, that is only used for emergencies. Up here you have the dust extraction system. Make sure that the slide is pulled out and the teacher will put on the main dust extractor to ensure that there's no dust while you're using this machine. Now, using the sander. It can be used typically for taking like the corners off this wee candle holder here, so we can use that just to round the edges. It's not for taking huge amounts of material off, as you can see there. Now, when you're using anything on the sander, make sure it's held flat on the bed here. Never ever use it at an angle, especially not an angle like that, because the sandpaper's coming down the way, and if it catches here, it'll snap that down and trap your fingers underneath. There's a very small gap here which is set by the technician to make sure that there's nothing can go down there, so you can't get your hands or your fingers down there. But you should adjust the guard depending on the thickness of the material that you're using. Now the guard's easy to adjust. You slacken these two screws and you slide it down till you've just got a few millimetres clear of the material that you're going to use. You shouldn't be using the guard away up here for sanding a small piece of material, because this exposes the paper here where you could maybe catch your hands. Okay, so it's crucial that you keep the wood nice and flat and not up at an angle. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on, it's quite noisy. That lets you see the paper moving around and the speed it moves around at. Dust extractor should be on as well whenever you're using this machine, but it's pretty safe, straightforward. Health and safety wise, wearing your personal protection equipment, make sure you have your goggles just in case there's any dust comes out and goes into your eyes. Make sure you have nothing round about your wrists, no bangles, no bracelets, no watches, and pull your sleeves up so there's no way that anything get caught in there. Wear your apron, make sure the ties that tie your apron closed are at the back, so again there's nothing here to get caught in. Tuck in your tie, tuck in any chains, anything like that, anything that's loose and your hair, tie it back. Used properly, the machine is no problem, shouldn't have any problems with it, but you need to understand your health and safety. If you comply with the health and safety, you won't have any issues with this. Now, your teacher will show you how to use this as well, but if you're not sure, ask. The teacher will never give you into trouble for asking how to use this machine. Make sure you're 100% safe and understand how to use it and you're comfortable in using it. It's not a problem. Better to be safe than sorry.